Mhm. What's going on, my good people? May 26th, Thursday. We
Yes,
here
sir.
for another episode of the Man to Man Pod. You know what it is. I'm Antoine Bethea. Got my co-host D Butt.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all for joining us, man. We're gonna jump right into it, man. It's with heavy hearts, and I think it touch and hit everybody around the world. What happened in Uvalde, Texas?
Yeah.
Um, young man goes into elementary school, um, takes some lives of, I think it was what
Think it was 19 children, two
19
adults. Last time I saw.
people.
Yeah.
Um, and just with heavy hearts, man. And I know D Butt, you have children, I have children, and especially around that same age, and
Yeah.
just to see, um, and just continues the continuous story. Seems like we hear this 2-3 times a year. Somebody going to a school and taking some young lives, man. And again, man, it's with heavy hearts, man. That my prayers go out to the families, and I think everybody's getting tired of saying the same thing. Say prayers going out to the
Yeah.
family. What can we do? Um, but this shit is crazy, man. And I know, kind of tweeted something yesterday, man, when I actually took my kids to school yesterday, as I do every day, man. And it was just one of them things where they got out the car, they was walking to the school. As I drove by, they looked, they waved, smiling, and just to think about parents that will probably
Man,
get the same thing on that day and not being able to
sickening.
to see the kids come home, man. And then just this morning, I'm just listening to some of the news that's coming out, man. This shit just heartbreaking. Um, and something got to be done, man. I just wanted to start the show off with that, man.
Yeah, like you said, obviously our condolences and prayers. And unfortunately, that's not doing anything really. It's not changing anything. And just like you dropping my kids off yesterday, you saw it all on like the other parents' faces. Everybody just kind of had that just look like, man, like you hug your kids extra tight, you pick them up, you drop them off, and obviously, we take that for granted as well sometimes. But man, I can't imagine what those families are still going through, and so many families have had to deal with. We just had a shooting in Buffalo like 10, 11 days before this shooting in Uvalde, and many others that go that don't make the mainstream news. It's just becoming, all too common. And obviously, there are, hundreds of millions of guns in this country, and unfortunately, crazy, sick, evil people as well. And that's how you get things like this to happen. And then it happens, and then you talk about it, and the people in charge, don't really make any significant changes. And then it's a lot of arguments and debates about what changes could be made to that's going to really impact. And then that's kind of where we start to go in circles and yell at
Yeah,
each other and put on the political theater and all the other shit. Like we ain't really got time for that. As parents, as a parent, I always been taught to speak for myself, but I know as a parent, I guess the most immediate um change that I would see that would have some type of impact would be having armed security at school. And it's not something that's gonna make people happy, everybody happy. It's not something that's the perfect solution or resolution. Um, but I know if I'm dropping my child off at school and it's two trained armed guards there, I would feel better. And at this point in life, I'm dropping off. I got elementary school, I got middle school, and then next year I'll have a high schooler for the first time. So um, it's crazy, man. And obviously this can happen anywhere. You talked about Buffalo, New York, where the gun laws are. Brooklyn, I feel like something happened. Not Brooklyn, Harlem. I think something happened on the train a few weeks ago.
yeah,
Literally, I feel like every Sandy Hook and elementary school in Connecticut where I went to college. So regardless of what the gun laws are in these places, these individuals can go and do these sick things, man. So it's crazy. Like we always say on here, man, love your people, love on them, let them know you love them. Even strangers, people you just come in contact with, just send that positive energy and hopefully, get it back, because it's a lot of evil people walking around this world in this country, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. I mean, you said it, man, but it's just tough that we have to even have these type of conversations, or you even have to say, like, I think the best solution to have armed guards at school. That's supposed to be one of the places where the kids can go have a good time, get an education, and don't have to worry about that. But obviously, like you said, man, you got some sick people out here, and times have changed.
Mm-hmm.
So again, man, these are the times where, and don't want to sound like a broken record, or because I think we say this all the time, like regardless of your race, your beliefs, your whoever you vote for, political party, like when it start affecting the kids, man, like, and when you talk about kids, you talking about elderly, as a lot of the victims were in Buffalo, man, like shit got to get done. You know what I mean? Shit got to get done, and it's sad. And then you got people just talking about, like, man, I'm about to start homeschooling my kids. You know what I mean? Like, and I just hate to see it. I hate to see it.
Because as a parent, you're gonna do whatever it takes. And some people that's homeschool, some people that's completely moving. Because it obviously happens in this country. It seems a lot more than other places.
Yeah, and that's crazy. And that's crazy to me. Like, I think somebody put a chart up. It was like 288 mass shootings in the U.S. and the next number was 20 or something like that.
Yeah,
and then from there it dropped down to like 8. So I'm like, it's mind blowing.
That's there's a lot of historical context in that too, as far as violence, guns. You think about our Constitution, shit. That's right after free speech. That's the Second Amendment. Bearing arms. So, like I said, at this point we are right now, 2022. Going and even I feel like taking the guns away or making it. Nobody. And I want more gun control. It's harder to get guns, but criminals are still going to do whatever it takes to break the law. But it's a lot of it's man, it's tough. Yeah, man. Just praying once again for those families and everybody affected with this latest mass murder. Well, yeah. On the other side, we got some stuff to talk about as far as what we usually talk about on the show. We had to open up with that.
Had to.
So we will see y'all on the other side. Appreciate y'all jumping in here in this, late change, 10 o'clock. Obviously, the replay of the pod will be up later on today. But appreciate y'all rocking with us. Bye. Boo. I think AB stepped away for a second. He'll be right back. His camera's still on there. But yeah, we got obviously a lot of news to talk about around the sports world. I see some more questions, comments, obviously, about the shooting. I think it's a lot of conversation and questions. You saw the reports about the officers not going in. Like, I think 40 minutes went by the shooting, and something similar happened in the Stoneman Douglas shooter down here as well. It's a lot. It's a lot of. It's tough, man. What you want to go to first, brother?
Man, let's jump into these playoffs, man. These NBA playoffs.
NFL playoffs.
As my man D Buck called them. Last night's game, the number 1 Heat against number 2 Celtics, man. Celtics takes a 3-2 lead. I thought my guy D Buck was gonna wear his Miami Heat hat. Obviously, that didn't happen.
Damn, I should have. It might be my last chance.
Celtics, man, they win in Miami, man, handle biz. Tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow night, they go back to Boston and see if they can close this thing out. I know it was a lot of talks how PJ Tucker and company will have clamps. Had my man Jason Tatum.
It was
in the freezer,
in the cooler,
and shit that. I don't know what that take. That take went somewhere real quick. That shit went down the toilet real quick.
What Tatum had? 22 points. It was. We beat ourselves. All right.
Game four, he had 30 something. Game 5, he had 20. He had 20. I think 20, 12, and 7. Good game.
One of them he had like 10.
Are you nervous right now as a semi-Heat fan?
Yeah. First of all, I'm a full blown. I'm a Heat lifer. Hashtag Heat lifer. Hashtag Heat culture. Hashtag Can you feel the heat? Hashtag Let's go Heat. But I wouldn't say I'm nervous. It's the playoffs. It's the playoffs. We got a championship mindset. We done been punching them out before.
3-2. 3-2, going back to Boston. You not nervous?
No, it's the we ain't got no time to be nervous. You know what I mean? This series is unpredictable. We could easily go in the TD Garden and beat them by 30. And then we got a game 7 at home. But we shot horrendous. We shot 7 for 45 from 3. Kyle Lowry, Max Strus, I think they combined to go like 0 for 20 something in the last 2 games, 0 for 16 in the last 2 games from 3.
Right.
Tyler Hero's been out the last couple games. Jimmy Butler's, no excuses. He's not making any excuses about his knee, but he's been playing shitty since he hurt it. Bam is a different guy when Robert Williams in. I mean, it's a lot to be worried about, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried, man. We still got Coach Spo. And it's a tough opponent.
Spo is not out there dribbling. He's not out there shooting no threes. He's not out there playing no defense. I get it. Great coach.
I take him over Lowry right now. I kept telling you about – and today I can't put it all on Lowry. I can't put it all on Lowry. And these conference finals, and maybe this is just the Heat fan in me right now, or maybe this is just the NBA fan in me. These conference finals have absolutely stunk.
Hey, I mean, this is real life TV, right? You know what I'm saying? Like this is, and this happens. You know what I mean? This happens. You know what I mean? So, of course, it will sting, especially when your team is down. Nobody wants to hear that, G.I. Joe. But it'll be good to see. And as I said, I think Tatum, he will get that. What's the new Eastern Conference Larry Bird Award?
Yeah,
he'll hoist that. But we're gonna see, man. We'll see if these young boys can close it out. I know you were talking about it's a lot of disrespect going around with the Miami Heat. I don't think it's disrespect. It's just like, gotta get it done, man.
Hey, it's very disrespectful. No all NBA representation, which it's fair.
Who we had them.
I'm just saying, just putting it out there. Jimmy possibly could have got on the team, but we still had the 1 seed. So once again, shout out to Spo. But right now, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they showed up last night, and that's what's supposed to happen. That's what young stars are supposed to be in this league. Jason Tatum, first team All NBA, young superstar in this league. That's what they're supposed to do. And like I mentioned before, we don't have that on the Heat. We got a team full of guys that play their roles, that play defense, that we shot the best 3-pointer percentage in the league all season. It stunk it up, man. And Coach Ime Udoka has done a phenomenal job with that Celtics team in his first year in their defense. Horford has hit the fountain of youth. Robert Williams, even though he's banged up, he's a game changer, ultimate X factor. They just got a lot of guys who play their role, and then you got the stars who, in the moments last night, they played like stars, and we didn't have it, and but we got to find it. We got, it's elimination time for us. We lose another one, it's over. We back in South Beach for the off season, so it's Heat in 7.
Tyler, he already there. Shit, you see?
Yeah. He was that mustache was fake though. That picture that's circulating, right? Because I didn't see him on the sideline in the real game.
Hey, Celtics in 6, man. Celtics in 6.
Heat in 7, man. It was always Heat in 7.
It was a good year for the Miami Heat. Got to add a couple more pieces, man. A couple more pieces.
Speaking of,
maybe Joel.
Speaking of, you saw Embiid there. We didn't put Embiid's tweet in here. We should have had that in here. But during the game, Embiid went out there and tweeted, "Hey, the Miami Heat need another star."
Yeah,
and he knew what he was doing with that. He knew. After the Heat eliminated the Sixers, Jimmy Butler basically came out, was like, "Look, I never wanted to leave. I wanted to play with Embiid. They got a real good friendship." So he said that, and obviously a lot of people kind of ran with it. I retweeted it, reposted on my IG story picture with Embiid in the Photoshop jersey. But we need a couple more pieces. But no excuses, no explanation for the Heat, man. We got another game to figure it out, and then whatever we got to do, Game 6 in TD Garden, we got to do it, and then figure out how to get get another win in Game 7. But I ain't worried. Not at all. I sound worried.
Boy, sweating under that snapback.
I sound worried.
Man, go to the Western Conference Finals. Warriors and Mavericks. Golden State 3-1 lead. Dallas Mavericks was able to get a home win. They go back to San Fran tonight, and we're gonna see if Golden State can close it out. What you think? You think Mavs can get another one?
I think it's over. It's over. And that was actually, they played on the day that the shooting happened, and the shooting in Uvalde, and obviously that was in Texas, and I'm sure all the players there, especially the ones with kids, coaches, everybody, that was just like I had, my mind wasn't on anything else, but that, and I'm sure they felt the same way. But so Mavericks came out, found a way to win. Luka, they shot great from 3, being at home. The others, Finney Smith, Bullock, the whole team was hitting from Brunson, Dinwiddie, everybody was hitting. But I think Golden State, they're gonna get back home and they're gonna handle business and win this. And it's hard to bet against Golden State winning it all right now when you look at the field. But I think they handle business as a team, as a staff, and close this thing out there in San Francisco.
I agree. Golden State. I could have sworn it was going to be a sweep. I thought they was going to close it out in Dallas, get some rest, because Miami and Boston, man, they beating each other up.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
you can say that again, yeah.
Yeah, they beating each other up. It's a good physical series over there in the East, but definitely got Golden State, man, closing it out in San Fran.
And Mark Cuban got to tighten up, man. Get your facilities together, man. You out there looking like Dan Snyder, man. All that damn money. He was so embarrassed. I can't remember the band his home.
Shaking his head.
Down there steaming Texas. Somebody, I know you take all you motherfuckers fired. I'm looking up there. First of all, there's nowhere in hell they would have got me up there, but if I was up there, I would have took care of that leak quicker than that.
Oh hell nah, you wouldn't have got me up there.
The boy, what was that? Like a 30-minute rain delay?
Man,
that was
inside.
Yeah, that was crazy. But that it ends tonight. And then if we get obviously I still want to see a Warriors Heat.
Nah, we need the Warriors Boston, man. Warriors and Heat play, that's a sweep. That's gonna be cake for Golden State. That's gonna be cake, man. It's gonna be cake for Golden State. They're gonna run them boards, Miami Heat up and down that court like
We banged, we banged up right now. I like us though. I like us. Never lose hope.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to.
Never lose faith. Yeah, I like us. I still like us, but the Warriors will close it out tonight.
And say that.
I got Steph going for 30 plus tonight. Matter of fact, I need to bet that he might drop a 40 piece just to make sure he gets that Magic Johnson award, that Western Conference Finals award.
Yeah, I see him. I see him getting that. So Steph and Tatum.
Yep. We'll see it. But all NBA, we talked about it briefly. The all NBA teams came out. All NBA first team. We had Giannis out there in Milwaukee, Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, the Joker out there in Denver, Jason Tatum. So Tatum, Joker.
Why you ain't say the Joker name?
I said Joker.
Why
you sound like his name? Yeah, Nikola Jokic.
Oh wow.
My bad. Nikola Jokic, Joker, you know. I mean, it's someone missing from this first team All NBA, I believe. You know, Joel Embiid. I feel he should have won MVP, and I feel like he should be first team All NBA. That's wild. But second team All NBA, he made this team. So you got Joel Embiid, you got Ja Morant, you got Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan, and Stephen Curry. That's a tough five right there, too.
Tough five.
And then third team, you got Bron, you got Chris Paul, you got Siakam, you got Karl Anthony Towns, and then Trae Young. Trae Young had a phenomenal season. So
question for you. Do you think it should be an all NBA third team?
Yeah. Now, you feel like there's too many?
It was just a question. You know, I think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a question.
You feel like it's a participation? I mean, I feel like it should be. I mean, it's only 15 players, so that's what. Yeah, it's only 15 players out of however many in the league. I feel like 3 teams is fair.
3 teams?
Yeah, I feel like 3 teams is fair. You know, because let's see. So if you look at the third team, LeBron, CP3, Siakam, Cat. I mean, I see what you're saying. But yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I definitely get the first team, second team, you know, third team. Like,
here's the voting. So Giannis was the only player on the first team to get all 100 votes. Luka and Joker both had 88. Devin Booker had 82. Tatum had 49. So that's how the votes played out. And if you look in history, the most all NBA teams in history. See, LeBron would only have 17 if it were for third, you know, this year. But LeBron got 18 of them. Kobe got 15. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got 15. Tim Duncan 15. Karl Malone 15. Shaquille O'Neal 14. Shaq got 14 of them.
Man, Shaq was a monster, man.
14 though.
Man, Shaq was a monster, boy. I don't know what you think. We go back dominant. To the top 10, and you was, I know top 5, and you ain't even had Shaq in your top 5. I'm like,
I couldn't, bro. I couldn't. Not that nobody. I couldn't bump anybody for that.
Hey, Jonathan.
I had Steph in there though.
Jonathan Cook.
Nobody plays.
11 through 15 on the roster.
What that mean?
That third team, maybe all third team. Hey man, you know I just like to stir. I like to stir. Shit up.
Stop it.
I like to stir shit up.
Ball. I think it's 15 people. You know they do 13 because it's 15 people. Yeah, it's fair. I think it's fair. But yeah, good teams, and obviously you know you make those All NBA teams that impacts your max. I don't know if I like that though. You know what type of max, what type of contract you can do based off your All NBA if you make it or not. I think that can be maybe individual, you know, with incentives, but you know the NBA, if you make these All NBA team or if you don't make it, that could be the difference of making $30-something million on the deal. I don't like that.
Yeah,
Based off
but
people
I
voting.
also think, like you said, man, as an individual, like when teams look at an individual, they know what type of impact player that person or that player is. So, but yeah.
All right. We had some news coming out of your alma mater.
Talking, man.
NBA, NBA, one of the GOAT. You know, yeah. Matter of fact, you got this, man.
You know what I'm saying? So one day, I think it one day, probably like 2 weeks ago, I had to miss the show. And it was around this. I went up to Howard U. Jordan Brand reached a deal with Howard University that will make them the outfit of the school-wide athletics. This is a huge deal. I know a lot of people, majority of the people, if not everybody around, that has something to do with Howard University is very excited about this. I kind of talked about it when I was on campus, was that we had an opportunity, a slim opportunity when MJ was actually playing for the Wizards and I was at Howard playing. Could have got something done then, but shout out Kerry Davis, the AD up there at Howard, man, getting this deal done. As we all know, and it should, maybe it should or shouldn't be, but you get recruits by what type of gear you wearing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So again, across the landscape of the sports at Howard University, basketball, football, you got lacrosse, soccer, how they gonna do it. But this is big for the university, man. Shout out to the Mecca.
Hey, this is big. Shout out to MJ. Shout out to Jordan Brand. Shout out to Howard. So y'all almost had a chance back when you was playing?
Yeah, it was whispers, man. It was whispers, and that would have been crazy because that was 05. That was like 04, 05 when MJ was playing with the Wizards, and it would have been fitting. You know what I'm saying? He in DC.
Yeah.
But this is huge, man. And to your point, Mo, I already put the word out there. Hey,
it's gonna be so hard. That color scheme already fire.
Yeah, I need the exclusives, man. So I'm excited about it, man. It was that's a big deal for everybody. So again, but like I said, Howard, man, let's continue to build on this traction, man. Let's continue to build on what's going on campus. So
that's hard.
Yeah,
and like
so
you said,
softball team won the MEAC. Our girls basketball team, they won the MEAC. They went to the NCAA championship. Our track team, they're killing it right now. I think our girls won the indoor and outdoor. Our men.
Damn.
Yeah, so we in a good spot up there as far as athletics. We just got to get the football team going. But yeah, I'm excited. But
this should help. I'll tell you that much. This should help with recruits. I was actually talking to somebody last night about making a choice between when we came, because I came out 2009. That was right after one of the market crashes, and that's when the shoe deals had declined a lot. And you had to choose between Reebok, Nike, Adidas, whoever, Under Armour. Reebok, all these other companies offer way more money than Nike, but Nike knew the leverage they had because Nike, Jordan. I know Reebok offer what they offer that. All right, should we give you half of that in merch? Deal.
Yeah, because I mean, for the people that's watching and the listening, as far as the merch, what happens is Nike can give you $30,000 worth of merch, right? So you get your login and you can go on the Nike site and get whatever you want. And at that time, you probably wearing Air Maxes, Nikes, Jordans,
family.
And then you gotta think about it. They also was that with Kohans or that was with Reebok?
We had Kohan. We had Kohans too, but I think that was through NFL maybe.
Yeah, so like for the listeners,
no, Nike.
Yeah, for the listeners, and so you just think about it, like even for around Christmas time, Like that was easy. Well, I'm going on my Nike account. I'm doing all my shopping there. So
yeah,
man.
they knew what they was doing, but yeah, they got it. So you go into a school that's all Jordan outfitted, yeah, that's gonna help because that you know, back especially was growing up, different teams, people rock stuff who wasn't even a fan of certain teams. It just kind of got in the culture. You know, I feel like you're gonna see that with Jackson State more, probably with Howard now. But back in the day, it was like the U. I know down here you had the hurricane colors on. You know, with some Nike shit that tough, the Michigan colors when they had their shit. So
the U, they ain't nobody wearing that U shit now unless they
not that it them 3 stripes.
Hey man, somebody listen to me, man. I promise you though, you will be back if you get out. Hey, shout out to Adidas, y'all. Hey, I'm rocking with y'all right now. Like, well, whoever y'all got as far as, you know, direct marketing, brand wise, I love what y'all doing over there. But the y'all gotta get out of the 3 stripes. Nah,
I agree.
I'm done off my rant.
Jordan, Nike, whatever. So. But all right, let's get to what else we got, man. We got to fight this,
man.
Before we get to that, we let you talk your shit about.
Ooh, in the Barclays on Saturday, we got Tank Davis and Romero going at it for the WA World Lightweight title, man. It's going to be a great fight. Davis 26-0, 24 KOs. Romero's 14-0 with 12 KOs. I think it's gonna be one that goes. I'm gonna say 9-10. I think somebody gets knocked out.
Somebody touching canvas? Yeah, they've been. I feel like these are the 2 guys they've been talking shit for a minute now, right?
For a minute, yeah. I like Tank though. Tank is a dog. I got Tank winning this one, man. But D-Buck, man, you gotta tap into this one on Saturday.
Yeah,
tap into this one. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a dog fight.
AB says it's gonna be a dog fight. I'm tapping in.
A dog fight. No running around.
What is this? Pay-per-view?
Showtime.
Okay.
Showtime pay-per-view.
Showtime pay-per-view. I'm tapped in. Tank versus Romero. Romero got that. He got like that high voice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This is who I'm talking about. They've been beefing for a minute in the press conference. I'm definitely tapping into this. But all right. So since I'm tapping into the boxing, it's F1 in Monaco. This is the crown jewel of F1 now. It's a tough course, street course. You see all the yachts out there. That shit, hey.
Right there.
Yeah, it's different out there.
That's a party right there. Pull up on the yacht.
Yeah, it's different out there in Monaco. So you tapped into, tap in. Go ahead, tap in this weekend, man. This should be
Monday.
It should be a good one. I don't think it'll be exciting as the Spanish Grand Prix because it's harder to pass and it's tighter and it's a tougher course. It should give you some entertainment though.
I think
F1
Sunday. I think I can pop me a few brews and watch for a little bit.
Yeah, race weekend, man. So I'm tapping in that boxing this weekend. You can tap into this F1 race in Monaco race week. But NFL, we got a lot of NFL news right now. Off the field right now. According to Adam Schefter, Shefty, a Nevada judge ruled in favor of former Raiders head coach John Gruden on 2 motions Wednesday, opening the possibility of a jury trial on his quote-unquote torturous interference claim that the NFL and Roger Goodell selectively leaked Gruden's emails to force his removal. So
agreed.
The judge ruled in his favor. It was a little sketchy. It did seem like a hit job. We know how that stuff goes behind the scenes. What was it? 400,000 emails?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
His shit. Come on.
You had a handful come out, and we just talked last episode about taking votes on Snyder and him possibly being removed because he was obviously at the center of this, him and the Commanders football team, whatever their name was at the time. But not surprised by this ruling. Gruden may actually, he probably end up settling for a bunch of money. But hey, Gruden hot right now, and obviously,
Ah,
I think he rightfully lost his job. His shit he was saying came out the light, and whatever. I don't have any sympathy for what happened, but how it went down, it was definitely some shady business. So this should be interesting.
yeah. Yeah.
This this shall be interesting.
And staying out there in Vegas. Staying out there in Vegas, an old teammate of mine, Colin was
Yep.
able to um, get a workout for the Las Vegas Raiders, man. What you think about that?
I got multiple thoughts about the whole Cap situation.
Let me
At
hear.
this
You want
point,
to hear it?
I mean, I know it's your former teammates and teammate, and 100% belongs in the league. Belongs in the NFL. Is good enough. I think it's a good enough player. He's been out for 4 or 5 years now, so that's a long time to not play to get back in it. But I think he's still young enough, especially at that quarterback position, to play the game. Obviously, when he left and had the settlement, and then the Netflix thing and a lot of things that he said about the NFL. It's just interesting to me that now he's coming back. But obviously I've supported Cap from the beginning, and this is what he want to do. I support him, man. I hopefully he gets on. And shout out to the Raiders for for bringing him in. It's a long time coming, but shout out to Mark Davis and the Las Vegas Raiders for doing the right thing. Hope it works out for him, man. How you
Yeah.
feel about it?
Nah, along the same sentiments that you just mentioned. Been out for a while. As we all know, it's tough to not play the game on that level and then come back. But I know he was a guy that always stayed in shape, and so I think he always, I think he's in shape and he can definitely make the team. Should be on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point, a lot has gone on. And it's interesting to see him still push forward.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, hats off to him. This is what he want to do. I hope it works out. And then when we get off here, I'll tell you how I really feel about it. we might have to get a Patreon or something. So you see the behind the scenes,
Hey,
the real conversation.
good boy, Debo, cool boy.
Tell you how I really feel about this shit. But shout out to Cap though, man. Shout out to Cap. And he has done, obviously, he ultimately sacrificed, his football career in the prime of his career to stand for something bigger. And you gotta respect that and appreciate what he did off the field too.
Tremendous work.
He did going a lot of communities, spent a lot of his own money, a lot of his time, with the I know my rights movement and stuff like that. So shout out to Cap, man. No negative comments about Cap coming from me. That's some changes with the roster management. According to Ari Mirov at My Sports Update on Twitter, roster management notes for next season via the NFL Network. First one: players placed on IR now miss a minimum of 4 games. That's one up from the 3 that it was previous. Second change: up to 8 players can be designated to return from IR now. Third thing: players can come back from IR twice in one season now. And then the last thing: teams can have up to 16 players on the practice squad. I think these are all good changes. Good change. Obviously, when we played, at least early on, once you hit IR, that was it.
Wrap.
And that was, a decisions team had to make. Sometimes teams would hide players on their roster that way. I know in one team I played for, somebody, maybe a young developing player, he may have a sprained ankle, where it'd be out a week and a half too, and they just put him on IR just to keep him on that roster. So definitely some shady business with that. But now people can come back not only once but twice.
Yeah.
And then you have the expanded practice squads as well, so more people getting opportunities.
I like that a lot. I like this.
Yeah, that's big.
That's huge.
I think you got vets on there too, like
you can have
six,
vets
up to 6.
Yeah, but I like that the most. I think I like that the most, and I like being able to come back from our IR twice in 1 year. I would like to see how that even happens, like what happens. Obviously, I think you put somebody on IR, you can bring somebody up. So I know being able to just maneuver roster situations. If somebody has an injury that could be out three games, I'm gonna put you on IR so we can bring somebody in, or whatever the case may be. So I like that as well. But definitely with the 16 players on practice squad, being able to develop some young guys, even bring some older guys in, some vets in, sit there, get acclimated with the system, and maybe bump them up. But good move by the league, I would say that. Good
For
job.
sure.
Good job.
Good job by the league. Ultimately, you're giving more people, like you said, opportunities. And for those that don't know exactly how a practice squad works, it's similar to red shirt in college. Like you do everything. You go to meetings, you go to all the meetings. You go to walkthroughs. You obviously are used, in practice as like the scout team more times than not. And then sometimes, maybe week 5, you got a couple guys in your room get hurt, get called up. And Sunday, hey, you out there. So hopefully you've been, young players that may be listening to this, those mental reps. You may not be getting any defensive reps in practice, like literally 0. You can go from week 1 to week 7, getting no practice reps. Just all scout team, but you need to be paying attention to those meetings like you're going to play. You need to be paying attention to those walkthroughs like you're going to play and get mental reps so that when you are called up and you get the opportunity, that's the first thing coach is going to look at. Can I trust the guy to even know the checks or to know the playbooks? Because if you just try to catch up, okay, it's week 8. Let me try to catch up and go. It's shit moves so fast in NFL, you be so far behind. So don't get, and I've seen a lot of people miss out on huge opportunities just not being mentally prepared for that game. Because if you're not mentally prepared, you can't play fast. There's no way you can play fast out there. So great opportunity for a lot of young players and older players. So I hope people take advantage of it.
Well said. Well said.
What else we got? We got some guys holding out. Which one you want to start with?
Kenny Moore, man, because this one was interesting to me.
2 man-to-man alum.
Yeah, Coach Pro Bowl cornerback Kenny Moore, 1 second, attending but not participating in OTAs while seeking to renegotiate his contract. This was interesting to me. I'm all for, holding out, but being there and not practicing, that was a little weird to me. Yeah,
definitely different. But I guess I understand it. You still don't want to get hurt. Obviously, you don't want to put yourself in that position. Still, obviously holding out from the contract standpoint. I was with Kenny. We got together down here when he came F1 Miami weekend, and obviously we talked about some things. But he signed a deal early. I think maybe his 3rd year in the league.
Yeah.
And back in 2020, it was a pretty good deal, but it was a long deal. Now he's at the point where there's no more guaranteed money. And, he's making I want to say around 7 going into this year. And like you said, coming off his first Pro Bowl year, the year prior, he had pretty much a Pro Bowl season as well. Still in the prime of your career. This is business. This is part of the business. You don't want to go into a year, no guaranteed money. And then you're at, the bottom middle of a contract, bottom tier of starting corners, because he is a starting corner on the outside for the Colts, and then he bumps into the slot. And a lot of people obviously put that slot tag on him. But even just being a slot, he should be making more money. So definitely support him. And being there, like you said, is definitely different. Being there and not practicing, it's definitely different. But we talked about OTAs before on here and the importance of them or the lack of importance of them. And with Gus Bradley being the first-year coordinator there, you got new DB coaches, you got new players, obviously. Probably Kenny just felt like, he still want to be there. He still want to have that input and be around, just, because he's been a great teammate. He's been a great locker room guy, great culture guy from the jump. So I guess he was kind of torn. He don't want to be the ultimate bad guy, whatever, but, it's business.
I definitely get it, and 100% is business. Like I said, it's just something that was different.
Different,
something that
for sure.
I haven't seen before, but pay the man. Shout out to Kenny Moore, man. There's a dog out there on the field. You know, so I think it'll turn out good. Just to see that both sides. I'm like, yeah, I think because I'm pretty sure the coach will say, yeah, I think it would be good for you to. I'm not sure if he's in the meeting rooms to hear what Gus Bradley is saying, to hear the verbiage, the terminology of what they'll be expecting those guys to be talking about out there while they're on the field. He's one of the leaders on that defense, so I think they'll work something out just to kind of see how they're working together and saying, hey, nah, it is cool that you can be here. We're fine with you if you don't practice or whatever, but as long as you're here. So shout out to the coach. Shout out to Kenny Moore again.
Shout out to Kenny Moore. You got to keep
an
eye
that
on who they
year.
might be trying to replace you too.
Well, sure, he is giving somebody an opportunity to show what they can do.
Facts. You got, and you also watching them too. Like, hold on now.
So what we were just talking about as far as like expanding the practice squad, this is an opportunity for somebody, whoever that is, and because you won't have another corner to go out there since he's out to slide inside, or when somebody else slides inside for another corner to play outside. So this is a big opportunity for somebody to show improve. Shit, that's how I got my little situation. Like one of the guys got hurt, and I was able to step in and open some eyes. So, hey,
that happened to me after a rough start to my career. I had a year I got released from the Patriots, and the following year I had some major health things going on my daughter. So got cut after that year with Carolina. Got on with the Colts. After a couple injuries, Vontae got hurt, Justin King got hurt, Troy Powers got hurt. Grigson brought me in. He was like, hey, it's your third opportunity.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna make it here. Everybody gonna kind of look at you sideways around the league, like, all right, that's bet. That's all I needed to hear. Took it and ran with it. So it is a huge opportunity for someone else. And then obviously for Kenny Moore, it's business. It's business. He is a player who has shown improved himself in this league. He's still in the prime of his career. In business, it's about maximizing your your earnings at this point. So and like I said, this is still, even him holding out and having business issues with the franchise, still being a good teammate. So ultimately a good look. And not to say that anybody that is away from the facility to hold out has been a bad teammate, because everybody in the locker room understands.
You're doing your business, because shit, I know I would not be there if I'm holding out. I know I did one year. I held out. I was not there in the building, baby.
Yeah, I feel that. It's someone who is not in the building right now. Another man-to-man alum.
See, Matt missing for the start of the Commanders OTAs while he's seeking a new contract. I think that's well deserved. Obviously, with these receivers out here this offseason, been getting paid that big money. And from the production that he's had on the field, I think he deserves it. And he's going about his business a little different than what Kenny Moore is. He's not in the building. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
It will be, and the Washington Commanders would be fools not to pay him. But I mean, they have shown plenty of tomfoolery before. But I think he's
no question.
Well, I think he's like the first receiver to have back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons for that franchise in like 30 years or something crazy like that. He's produced regardless of who's played quarterback. They've obviously made a move at quarterback this past offseason, getting Carson Wentz from the Colts. Scary Terry, once again, another great teammate. I believe he was a captain from his second year in the NFL, which is different, especially at the wide receiver position. And he's the guy you want in your locker room. He's one of those cornerstone guys in the offense. They also drafted a receiver in the first round, so maybe they're potentially looking at it from a team standpoint, like, maybe he's expendable. And I hope they are, because I would love to see him in Indy, back home with Matt Ryan on that Colts offense. I think that would completely change the trajectory of this offense, having Scary Terry out there JT in the backfield, Pittman, Pierce. That would be nice for Matt Ryan. That's exactly what he needs.
Yeah. Now we got a couple comments in the couple statements in the comments. One G.I. Joe say he personally hate when players sign a contract and want to re-up as soon as guarantees
are God, G.I. Joe, this bullshit again.
And then Nakiba, her sentiments on it is she hates when teams want to get rid of players as cap casualties as soon as the cap hit from the guaranteed money runs out. So obviously we have two people on different sides. One teams with the team, other teams with the players. And obviously you have
what's the huge difference there, AB, between the team and the player?
What's the huge difference?
The huge difference, like the first difference, team, player.
Ask your question again. I'm trying to.
So what's the biggest difference there with the team? You side with the team or you side with the player? For me, the biggest difference is that team. That team is gonna be there.
Oh yeah,
that team is gonna be there for it.
You know, as far as player wise, our time frame is. You don't really know your time frame.
You don't
know.
It's
a short window. It's a short window. So to hate a player, or not to like a player, go knock back at the door when the guaranteed money is up. That will call you will consider yourself a bad business person. Like if you don't even attempt, once that guaranteed money runs out, and I hate the people. You signed the contract. Yeah, we both signed the contract.
Facts.
You know, on both sides, player and team, we both signed the contract. But business is business. The team, they're gonna do whatever they think is best for their business, and players have that same right to be able to do what they feel as though is best for their business and the business of that particular player. Business of Antoine Bethea, business of Darius Butler. So again, G.I. Joe, you are perfectly entitled to your opinion, but I would think that if you were able to, whatever your occupation is, to renegotiate or attempt to renegotiate, if you're doing your job above standard, shit, you'll be a fool not to.
You look around the same league and players that are doing your same job at a lower level getting paid more than you, and you signed a deal 2 years ago, like whatever, it don't matter. It don't matter, man. This is business, and I still don't understand with all the access and all the media we have how, fans can still feel that way, like, the team. But then at the same time, when they release them, good, that's a great job by the team. You got rid of them before you had to pay them this money, or you trade them for this, or you trade them for that. You trading players in the middle of the season. They got to uproot their whole family, got to do these different things. So yeah, and we kind of get brainwashed to an extent where you're like, hey, take one for the team, be a team player, put the team first, et cetera, et cetera. That's not real life. And that's the conversation they have with you. Put their arm around you. Yeah, take it to hometown discount, blah, blah. You are there to play football. That is your occupation. That is your profession. And you have to take care of your business. That is just as important, if not more important. So make sure your business is on point for you to create generational wealth and pass that down as best you can to those coming behind you, because the players, the people that are signing the checks and that own these organizations, they're doing that. They're cutting costs everywhere they can. They're stretching the buck everywhere they can. So don't be that guy, Joe. Yeah. Don't be that guy.
So we have somebody here in the comments. Jeremy Blair. He wants to discuss. I've been seeing. He wants to discuss. I guess he missed the show when I said that the Bengals. I like the Bengals over the Ravens. Jeremy,
in that division.
Speak your piece, my brother. Speak your piece, my brother. Right now, I like the Bengals
It's not
over.
a bad pick in that division. The Steelers, that may be the one you say that's going to finish last. They got the worst quarterback situation right now, but
Like you say, who know? You have to go out there and play the game.
got to play.
Cleveland. Hey, not knowing what's going to happen with that. With Deshaun, but that roster looks good.
Looks really good.
Cincinnati roster looks good, and Baltimore. They have Lamar Jackson. When you have a dynamic quarterback as such, you could do some big things.
You got JK diving in the backfield. You got Bateman going into his second year. Mark Andrews, one of the best tight ends in the league. A lot of people on defense got healthy.
Yeah.
And they got a winning culture there too.
For sure.
Winning culture. Bengals are building that winning culture as well, bringing in Joe Burrow and co. And then the Browns have been, winning more lately than they have the last 20, 30 years. And Deshaun, hey, I don't know what Deshaun, he's on a great PR tour right now.
Man,
I know it's some stuff coming out with some interviews, but I'm trying to follow the facts of the cases that are going and coming. But took his offense out to the Bahamas. Gave my man A Walk a Rolex in the middle of his press conference because as when you trade teams, somebody want A Walk had the number 4 jersey last year with the Browns. You signed Deshaun Watson. Usually a lot of people, hey, you're gonna negotiate something. But A Walk was kind of like, hey, you got it, bro. Gave it to him without asking for nothing. Deshaun, delivered the rollie to him.
Hey, look, man. Hey, Deshaun winning the locker room right now, man. He's winning. The locker room. He's winning the locker room. We're gonna let the
legal process play out
for sure, and we're gonna see what happens. But he's definitely winning that locker room right now.
Yeah.
So Jeremy, man, the Baltimore Ravens, man, they're in a good spot right now. That's just my opinion. Obviously you're a Ravens fan, but no knock on the Ravens, but my opinion, I like where the Bengals are going.
Yeah, Ravens got to evolve in that offense too. Obviously got rid of Hollywood.
They
got to evolve because that shit obviously people are going to start to pick up on it. And obviously Lamar Jackson is an amazing player, and he's going to be playing, for a contract this year as well. He was playing. He got in the spot last year where he wasn't playing well. Then he got hurt. But he's got to stay healthy and play well. And obviously that's every quarterback for the team to have their best chance at success. But I'm excited about this season, man. There's so many. You look at that division, you look at the AFC West, you look at all the movement that is taking place. It's gonna be an exciting football season.
No, it is. It is.
But actually, somebody Blue Wire asked this question yesterday via Blue Wire. Which wide receiver will have the best season with their new team? Got AJ Brown with the Eagles, Devontae Adams with the Raiders, Tyreek Hill with the Dolphins, Juju Smith-Schuster with the Chiefs, Allen Robinson with the Rams, and then Amari Cooper with the Browns. So who would you pick from this list to have the best season?
Man, this is tough. Put that back up there. I would go.
I'm gonna go with Devontae on this one.
I'm gonna go Devontae Adams or Allen Robinson.
Okay. Robinson gonna be the 2 though.
I know. You get single cover. He's gonna eat out there.
Okay. Robinson. Yeah, I'm going. I want to say Tyreek Hill, but in reality, I think it'll be Devontae Adams. He's in a good situation. You got his college quarterback. You got Waller, who you got to pay attention to. You got Hunter Renfrow, you got to pay attention to. And Devontae is, already a top 2-3 receiver in the league. So I go with Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
On that one.
That.
AJ Brown got to stay healthy too. He don't miss a lot of time.
Definitely got to stay healthy. Juju though, don't sleep on that move. I think that was a quiet pickup.
Sleep.
I hear you.
Sleep.
I think that was a quietly good pickup for them. Not saying that he's going to be out there and he's going to be a Tyreek Hill, but I think it was a solid pickup. But
Solid pickup.
Yeah,
good pro.
Solid pickup. Allen Robinson, though, I like that. I like that move.
Good move for Allen. This will be his first, I guess, real quarterback, and he's been productive in this league for a long time.
Yeah.
Should be his best quarterback situation with Matt Stafford, Sean McVay. You saw how quickly they incorporated OBJ into that offense. Now OBJ is obviously a different animal, but I'm excited for that. But that Juju move, I felt good about the Juju move when Tyreek was there. But I feel like it's a whole different offer. We're gonna see they drafted Sky Moore, I believe, in the first round. He's probably gonna be their number one receiver, honestly, after Kelsey, who's the tight end. And then Juju, move them chains. Tough guy.
I think
good
it
pro.
A sneaky good pickup. Again, I don't think it's gonna be a 1,100-yard receiving, but I think he's a good play, a good plug for Kansas City.
All right. Let's see anything else we got. Y'all throw some questions in the chat, man, before we get up out of it. I know AB got to go soon. I will wait for you.
What you got up for the weekend, man? Long weekend.
Shoot. We cooling, man. We're gonna find something to do. This our last day of school today. We're gonna find something to get into. Is this Memorial Weekend?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. We definitely gonna be on the grill and celebrate Memorial Day. Shout out to all the veterans, all the soldiers that have paid the ultimate price. Me and you have both our pops served in the military, so huge shout out to them. We're gonna enjoy this Memorial Day. Not do nothing too crazy.
Sure.
What about you? You got any big plans?
No huge plans. The same, man. Get on the grill. Be around some fam, a drink or 2 or 3.
Yeah, man. We got the fight this weekend. I'm gonna be tapped in. We got the race. We got we may have Eastern Conference.
No, I mean that's probably over tomorrow. Eastern Conference final be over tomorrow. Western Conference over tonight. So
disrespectful. Let me see. Y'all ain't got no more questions, man. No more good questions.
Man, well, y'all have a great weekend, a safe weekend.
Yeah, man. Enjoy this Memorial Day weekend. It's a weekend where a lot of people get wild. Don't come to Miami.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, it was Miami, Vegas.
Then it turned to DR. It's probably Tulum now.
Definitely Tulum. I'll be tearing them places up, man.
Running as soon as people find out of it, it's over with.
Tearing them places up. Sure, flights could be $100 now. Them don't $500.
Big facts, man. But appreciate y'all for tapping in as always. And especially today, we switched up the time again. Should be back on schedule next week, Monday, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Somebody said what happened to Bucks and 4. I never said Bucks and 4. But it's crazy that this entire playoffs, there's only one team that's been swept. That's wild.
Tampa.
That's wild. Now it's coming out that the Nets may be unwilling to pay Kyrie the max going forward. They said KD hasn't talked to the Nets since the season ended. I'm not sure if that's a story or not.
Them boys out of there.
But according to the Big Lead on Twitter at the Big Lead, Kevin Durant apparently has not spoken to the Nets front office since the end of the season, and the team is quote unquote unwilling to give Kyrie Irving a max extension. A disaster is brewing in Brooklyn, according to
Does Kyrie
the big
take
league.
anything less than the max?
He shouldn't. He shouldn't, in my opinion. And you know, this year I give him a personally, and I know I'm in the minority with this, but I give him a pass for this year. He stood on his principle. He stood his ground. Obviously, it was a different year. People had to make some
for what?
For not taking for having to miss all the games he did because of the vaccine mandate in New York. That shit ain't on him. He made a choice about his body. Like, I'm not about to make him a villain because of that. If he just chose to opt out just to miss 50 games, that's one thing. But this is something new that everybody had to deal with and had to make tough choices. And Kyrie, he made it in the basketball world. Pilots made it, police officers, all the type of people, oppose certain mandates in their cities. So it is what it is. But I wouldn't take nothing less than the max from him.
Man, Brooklyn, y'all finished. So, because again, like, you gotta have a team. I mean, I know you was like, man, you got Kyrie and KD. They can win a chip with them two. But I'm like, you gotta have a mob, man. You gotta have a mob around them cats, man. If they ain't willing to do that,
fact.
KD get out of there quick. KD get out of there quick. He ain't lose no sleep. KD like, man, look, KD trying to win.
Yo, I'm all agree with you. Can't put KD rumored to the Mavs. Woo. That'd be tough. That'd be tough. Damn right, I had the Nets of the potentially. But But we shall see, man. That whole net situation has been a big letdown. You had Harden, you had KD, you had Kyrie. A lot of people called it from the jump, said this shit never gonna work. These three guys, these three personalities. I guess they were right, but I'm not taking less than max. What if you James Harden? James Harden got a $47 million player option this year with the Sixers. You think he gonna opt in? Or you gonna bet on himself?
You better opt in. If you know how I know, if you watching the same film I'm watching, you better opt in.
Hey, bet on yourself, Harden. Bet on yourself. I need all the chips to fall for Embiid to get up out of there. I feel like Embiid about done with Harden too.
Hey, look, I'm always an advocate for that. Bet on yourself, baby. Harden, go bet on yourself. You better opt in, man. Them 47s ain't coming from nowhere else.
Nowhere else. We got one more before we get up out of here. I don't know if we talked about this. The Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl made news today. The Pro Bowl this year was horrible. We were actually out there. The actual game was terrible. Pro Bowl could be eliminated as NFL discusses changes to the yearly game. Now, I know you participated in the Pro Bowl, I believe 3 times. Was it you went to Hawaii or Orlando?
Hawaii. My first year. Miami 1 year, and then Arizona another.
Okay. So how you feel about this? It potentially, the game potentially being canceled, and how was your experience, at the Pro Bowl with the NFL?
I hate to see it. If they do eliminate, I hate to see it. I think one thing for sure, get it back to Hawaii. You know what I mean? Because I think guys are really looking forward to that, especially with their families. You know what I mean? Like going over to Hawaii. That first year, that was my second in the league. I made it. It was in Hawaii. First time for me, my mom, my dad, my brother. A great time. You know what I mean? Being able to visit the different islands. My second time I made it was Super Bowl 44. I didn't participate in it, but we did go. It was in Miami. That's when they started having the Pro Bowl the week before the Super Bowl in the same cities. Yeah, it was Miami. All right, cool. We was excited. We was
playing in Arizona like that 1 year too. I think I went.
Yeah, then the third time it was in Arizona. It was blah. You know what I mean? It was whatever. But again, I just think that's the first thing where, take it back to Hawaii. I think everybody everybody enjoyed that. You know what I mean? And then as
Mhm.
far as just the product on the field, which is the most important, if the guys aren't willing to go out there and give a good showing, then obviously you got to do away with that. What else can you do? 7-on-7, but then you taking the big men out. Like, what can you do for the
Mhm.
big men, the big boys? You know what I mean? Can you up the ante? Winners, you get X, Y, and Z. Losers, you don't get nothing. You get something for being named to the Pro Bowl. But as far as winners, you get an extra incentive.
Yeah.
So maybe you go out there and the guys play harder for an extra 250,000 or whatever the case, whatever that number would be. But you got to find something that in order for them guys to go out there and play harder. Because even as a football fan, I'm not watching the Pro Bowl. Like, that shit, that's bad ball.
I was watching it. I tried, and I mean, it was, holding cat. So it was bad. It was bad. It wasn't football, and you understand it. As a fan, you should understand it. As players, because it's so much money on the line, especially now. And as years go on, it only takes, one wrong move, one wrong hit, one wrong cut, and you could be missing out on, 30, 40, 50, $70 million worth of guarantees or money like that. So I get it. Definitely understand it. And like you said, those different incentives could change things. But I mean, I think it's gonna be done for. Get some skills challenge in there, fastest man, some other things, come up with something creative for the big man and call it a day. Because that game, that shit is way too trash now.
That's trash. Van Albright, do the NFL pay for family members when going to Hawaii? No.
Oh shit, I thought they did.
No. You might get you get a room for free, and then NFL. No, they're not paying for no family members.
Anybody play any pranks on you your first time?
You know what? They did not. Typically, they'll ask your room number.
I heard about that.
OG, Weeze was out there that year. Peyton was out there. I think Saturday, Joe died. So OG was like, look, don't let no, when you around the pool, when you around the bar, if anybody asks you your room number, either tell the waiters real quietly, but definitely don't tell no old heads around there, because you'll get hit with a hefty bill on checkout.
Yeah, put you on game. That's what the OG is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There you have it,
man.
Another show in the books. What's today? Thursday? Yes, we'll be back Monday the 30th.
Yes, or is it?
Should we take Monday off? Is that the actual Memorial Day?
Yeah, we probably should take Monday off.
Yeah, we're probably gonna take Monday off. So we'll probably be back next Thursday. Appreciate y'all. That'd be June. Maybe June 3rd.
June 2nd.
June 2nd. Okay, I think this final start around that time too. But yeah, appreciate y'all, man. 10 a.m. Y'all tapped in. The other day, 9. Next Thursday, it should be 11. But follow the socials at the Man to Man Pod, or follow mine at Darius J. Butler, or AB's. What's yours?
A Bethea 41.
There you go. So make sure you keep an eye on those for all updates. If the shows are changed, show times are changed. We're gonna be rocking with y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
This is the Go.